What's going on, family? We back on here with the Juke, and today, man, we're going to be talking about the Giants traveling down to Tennessee to play the Tennessee Titans. It's week 1. Football is back. Let's get straight into it. Let's go. All right, y'all, so we're going to be diving into the preview for the Giants versus Titans. We're going to be diving into every single opponent that we do face every single week. And, yeah, let's get straight into it. So we're going to be talking about the what to watch for, the matchup that we want to see. And for this game coming up, man, we want to see the defensive line against Derrick Henry. It should be the defensive line against the offensive line, but their offensive line is pretty good, but Derrick Henry is the guy to beat because it's beyond that. Once he gets past that hole, it's hard to bring him down. And the defensive line of the New York Giants needs to make sure that they're plugging the holes. They need to make sure that they're filling the correct gaps they need to fill up, because as you saw, Blake Martinez is not on this team anymore. We don't really have like a veteran linebacker right now. Tay Crowder, the Mr. Irrelevant of a couple years ago, is our starting linebacker. Nothing against him, of course, but at the end of the day, we do not have a marquee linebacker that's able to come in and fill those gaps. And let alone, I don't even know what linebacker in the league can really take down Derrick Henry. So we need to make sure that the defensive line is being disruptive. Leonard Williams, you're getting paid all that money. We need to see you do something. Dexter Lawrence, you were a first-round pick for a reason. We need to see you to do something. The defensive line got to show up for this game for sure. And the only way that we can really win is if we try to limit Derrick Henry as much as we can. Stopping him is not going to be an option. No one can really ever stop Derrick Henry, but limiting him to the damage that he could really do is exactly what we need to do. So outside of that, we're going to be looking at the coach matchup, Mike Vrabel and Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll being his first real game as a Giants head coach. We want to see how he manages everything overall, manages clock, manages timeouts, all that good stuff. And Vrabel, you know, he's taken his team to the playoffs a couple times. Vrabel's a pretty good coach, and this is going to be a good matchup. This is going to be a good matchup for the first week. I really want to see how Brian Daboll performs as a head coach. And last year, man, Joe Judge, he did a lot of little screw-ups here left and right. So I want to see if Brian Daboll can really control the team, get everybody well connected, and let's see if we can actually provide a spark in this team. This team lacks a little talent, but I will say if it's being led by the right person, they can really make a difference. So let's see what Brian Daboll got for us this matchup. And now we're going to be talking about who to watch for. And I picked 3 top Giants players that we need to look out for this upcoming game. And if they have a big game, this will lead to our success. And one of those players is Xavier McKinney. Xavier McKinney is going to be a captain on this defensive team. And he's been honestly everything we could ever imagine for. Last year, he had 5 interceptions. He was really leading the team last year. And this year, I'm looking for the same thing. And I want to see how he works in Wink Martindale's defense. I want to see how they use him. Most likely they're going to have him be in the free safety, make sure he's roaming around. And as you know, Wink Martindale likes to do a lot of creative blitzes. I'm not sure if he's going to be the one that's blitzing, but if he is blitzing, I know he can be disruptive. So I really want to see what Xavier McKinney can do in this defense and see if he can thrive under Wink Martindale. Next player we're going to be talking about is Kadarius Toney. And Kadarius Toney, man, last year was his rookie year. He showed a lot of flashes, but honestly, I feel like he was a Ferrari that Jason Garrett did not know how to use. Like, he was an expensive car that they just had no use for and didn't know how to use him, because this is the type of guy that you need to make sure the ball is in his hands, and they weren't doing that. So I really want to see how Brian Daboll uses him. He was a little banged up for preseason. He didn't even make a preseason appearance, but it seems like he's going to be ramped up for week 1. I definitely want to see that matchup and see how they can get the ball in his hands and let him go to work, because that's what he does. Once the ball is in his hands, man, he's a juke stick. So we're going to see and how he performs. Daniel Jones, of course, Daniel Jones. We want to see how he feels in this offense, if you're really taking everything under control, if he really learned everything down. And we just want to see a lot more growth in Daniel Jones. This is year 5 for him now. It feels like we've been saying this forever, but this is definitely his prove-it season. They didn't extend you. They didn't give you another guaranteed contract. If you don't perform this year, you're done. So I want to see how he approaches that, how he comes out to play, and I want to see if he could really just truly take over this offense, truly take over this team. And good quarterbacks elevate talent levels no matter what's around them. They elevate the team's success. So I want to see what Daniel Jones can do, and I want to see if Brian Daboll could set this man up for success. And last but not least, we're going to be talking about the road to victory. Part of the road to victory, I feel like Saquon Barkley needs to have a very great game. He needs to receive and rush to the best of his ability. And I feel like if he goes over that 100-yard mark, man, and he can actually take some catches outside of the backfield, we have a good chance of winning. Obviously, we need to make sure the defense is selling out for the run, and then we can get some deep balls and deep passes in the game, and that could ultimately open up this offense, and I feel like that gives us the best chance to win. And on the defensive side of the ball, I want to see what this young linebacker core can do. Cutting Blake Martinez was surprising, but I feel like it shows that they have some faith in these young guys, and I really want to see how they perform. If they perform well, I feel like that's going to lead us to having great success. Another guy that I want to see for is Aaron Robinson, man. Aaron Robinson has been getting burnt in preseason, so I really want to see how he matches up against the other receivers on the Titans. They don't really have any marquee names other than Robert Woods. They do have Austin Hooper at tight end, but I'm pretty sure Xavier McKinney will be having his own with him. But I just want to see how this defense can match up ultimately with the Titans, and they need to force Ryan Tannehill to throw the ball. Not saying that he can't, but that's definitely the weakness of that team. So that's what we need to do to get that road to victory. All right, guys, so that does wrap up this preview of the Week 1 matchup, the Giants versus the Titans. I will be doing this every single week, and you saw in the schedule predictions, I did not have the Giants winning this game. But of course, I always have the optimism, and there always is a chance any given Sunday for this team to win. They just need to make sure that they're running the ball, they make sure they're making the throws they need to make, and try to limit Derrick Henry as much as they can. So other than that, make sure you're hitting the links in the bio. I got my socials in there, the Instagram, the Juke, and TikTok, the Juke. And make sure you're subscribing, liking it up down below. I could really appreciate that. And let me know what you think. Are the Giants going to pull off this win? Are the Giants going to falter and take this L? Listen, my schedule prediction might be coming out true, but we'll see. So please let me know how you feel in the comments. Make sure you're subscribing it up, and I will catch you on the next vid. Peace.